CBs, does your kid keep saying this?
Dad, fix it.
Yeah, mine is too. Let's fix it. In this video, you're going to learn how to replace the motor assembly on a kid's Power Wheels Jeep like this one. Now, these vehicles aren't all the same, but the principles are the same, so hopefully this will be helpful for you. For safety's sake, I would recommend unplugging the battery first, just in case. Now, the first thing you want to do is get to the motor connections, and in this one, you got to remove the seat. Now in here you can see the motors poking through, and you can see they're connected right here. So go ahead and disconnect both of these. And you may have additional connectors that power the lights on your Jeep, so you want to disconnect those too. And while you have it upright like this, you want to go ahead and pop the wheel covers off. Now the next thing you'll want to do is flip it over, but be careful not to damage any of the plastics on top. Be gentle. Next, you're going to loosen up the lug nuts. There's one here and one on the other side, and this one is a 17 millimeter. So you'll want to have two different sockets and loosen her up. And for this one, you only need to pop one of the nuts off. You'll see why. Now in this model here, you have two plates here holding the axle in place. Go ahead and back those screws out. Now from here, you can pop this wheel right off, and the motor assembly should slide right out as well. And then this guy just pops right out. Now you'll notice this new motor is missing something. That's right, the connector. And these aren't just connected. I believe they're soldered and then covered with heat shrink, so we're going to have to cut it off right here. We'll go ahead and strip the blue end down, and the same for the yellow. Next, we'll take a couple small pieces of heat shrink and we'll slide it on each wire. Then we'll go ahead and attach our connectors, and we'll crimp them down. Now, one thing to note here, the blue line was attached to the terminal that was right next to the red dot. So we're going to attach the blue cable to the terminal near this red dot. Now, once those are connected in place and you have the heat shrink slid over everything, you can take your heat gun, melt that heat shrink down. And that one's all set. Now do the same thing to the other one. And then you want to take that motor assembly and slide it right back over the axle until it goes right into place, just like that. And go ahead and put that axle back on top and make sure to stick your wires through. And then you can slide your other motor assembly back on as well. And you can pop that wheel back on. Now you have the axle and the wheels and everything in place. You can put these caps back on that hold the axle in place. Then you can pop that lug nut back on. Then you want to grab your two wrenches and tighten her down. Then it's time to flip her back over. Then you can reconnect your motor. Make sure blue and yellow, go with blue and yellow. Green and yellow, go with green and yellow. All right, now I can pop the seat back in. Pop these fancy wheel covers back on. And we'll take her down. Now it's time to try it out. Now before, nothing happened when you pushed on the pedal, so let's give it a whirl. All right, it's in drive. Pop it in reverse.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, that's how to do the motor assembly on a Barbie Jeep like this. Thank you guys for watching. CBs.